these two. And like if it was spread out like that, I feel like this would be not as worrisome as that we're putting it. But I if I had to put money on it, I think Kyler is gonna sign an extension, and I hope he's offered one, and then they find an agreement on it. With the whole Cliff situation, like I hope, like okay, let me get into this real quick. Like, I wonder what the conversation was at the table with these guys. It's like if
you mean through
this
negotiations or after the season?
After the season, because I know Bidwell was mad how everything ended, and plus the Rams won the championship. But like, if this was the prove it year for extensions, this upcoming season, everybody should be going in trying to prove themselves. Keim, Kliff, and Kyler. But if Kyler isn't offered an extension, and then only Kliff and Keim were offered, like this is definitely concerning in my eyes. And I'm really just crossing my fingers and praying to the football gods that like Kyler stays, dude, because the Cardinals have never had a QB like this before. And Kurt Warner, he was at the last leg of his career. Carson Palmer, same thing. And like who was really before those two like that?
Jake Plummer was the best one before that.
Yeah, Jake Plummer. And like what did he do?
And he was never a legitimate franchise quarterback. Even when he played for Denver, he was never. We loved him, ASU, forks up, all that stuff, but he just was never that dude. And I still love him. I mean, hell, I'm trying to find a Jake Plummer jersey on eBay right now for the Cardinals. So I love Jake Plummer, but he wasn't Kyler Murray. So I hear what you're saying. Me personally, I just don't want Cliff Kingsbury to be our coach anymore. I don't want him to be our coach. I don't want it. I said it last year as well too, that the way that this team has given up, all of his teams have given up on him, or how he stopped calling plays, or whatever he does to consistently lose games. I don't want that. I don't want his persona over there. I don't want him delegating the defense to the point where he has no say in it. I don't want him having any more say in Kyler Murray's ear than what is necessary. We still don't have a legitimate offensive coordinator or a different play caller or a quarterback's coach. None of that has been answered. And now we're so far down the line of getting coaches, moved around that we're not going to be able to find a legitimate one. So we're going to go into next year with the same coaching staff and the same signal caller. And that's why I'm pissed. If Cliff Kingsbury was able to come out and be like, yeah, I screwed ABC up, I want to go and fix it, I'm going to bring in this quarterback coach or this offensive guru to help me, whatever, we can have a very different conversation. That is taking accountability, understanding your weaknesses, and trying to adjust. He didn't do that. It's still going to be all or nothing with Cliff. And you know what? When Kyler throws for 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, and rushes for 1, and we beat the Raiders in week 3 and we're 3-0, we need to have I'm going to hold this podcast accountable. We need to not be throwing flags and balloons and saying, oh, what a great team this is. Because none of that shit's going to matter until November. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what sucks, is that we could have 7-0 start too, and we're all going to say, yeah, but. So Kyler has to be in the works. Has to be. I mean, if they're showing that, if Bidwell is showing that much love to Keim and Kliff, he has to show that to his star quarterback, of which we've never had. He has to. Has to. Or else, I might become a Packer fan.
Yeah, I might have to transfer. I ain't going to front, because if the Cardinals organization, more specifically Bidwell, ends up JNS, I'm sorry, if Bidwell ends up like fucking this up, like it's gonna be a train wreck for many years to come, and I'm like, it's gonna be hard to sit through all of it. Yeah, of course, like Cardinals blood is in me, but like we've gone through way too much bad. And I'm like, I refuse to watch Kyler just like walk out the door just because of like this shit, honestly.
Yep.
So yeah, that's just where I'm at.
And then news also came out that we're not going to re-sign Chandler Jones. I'm okay with that, but you just better have something else in the tank that you're going to bring in. You better have a second plan or a backup plan. Plan B, whatever it is. But the Panthers also came out and they said they are not going to franchise tag. What's his name? The what?
Oh, Riddick.
Thank you. God, why do I always forget that? We had him for 5 years and he had 5 sacks in a game and I can never remember his name. The Panthers are not signing him back either. So I don't know. A lot of the moves that are being made, the things that are coming out about the organization ever since that woeful Monday Night Football playoff loss, it's just been nothing good. And that was what, like January 16th or 17th, and here we are, March 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Just awful organizational management. That's all you can say. And then it starts from the top. It was nice to finally hear Kliff say something, and I think I tagged you and Amit on Twitter.
Yeah,
like he's like, yeah, it's on me. I didn't do enough when Kyler went out or when D-Hop went out. It's like, well,
yeah, no shit. We all saw that. Like,
no shit. In his defense, you can't replace that kind of production.
Yeah, I get that too, but like take it more on the chin. Like don't take stuff out.
Lean
the no shit
into
pile.
it. Lean into it. Don't shy away from it.
Say be like I should have utilized Rondell more instead of doing the stupid slot passes that I just wasted downs. Say something, dude.
Dude, what did Monty do after we lost the finals? He went into the Milwaukee locker room,
and
shook their hands and congratulated
speech.
them and said, "Thank you for making me better." What did Keim and Kliff Kingsbury do? They whimpered away in their little hole, had all these reports about them arguing, had all this drama go on with their star player, and they finally show up, and the first time they talk is during the scouting combine? Weak, man. Weak. I bet you they're the type of dudes when you shake their hand, it's like all limp and everything. Or like you get the hand awkwardly. When you go in to shake someone's hand, you're gonna have a nice stern handshake, and they're all like wimpy or something, or you like grab them on like the top of the I bet you they're those type of dudes. So
I'm just concerned, man.
Absolutely. But you know what? We're gonna be here to cover it good, for bad, for better, for worse, for whatever it is. We're still gonna be here covering it. And it doesn't matter. We've got the Suns right now. Suns are keeping me alive. Suns are doing good things. Arizona State baseball, I don't know if you followed at all. Probably not. 5 straight losses. They have had the lead in like 4 straight games going into the 8th inning, and they've given up like an average of 5 or 6 runs in the 8th and 9th inning.
That's really bad.
Yeah, awful bullpen. Doing everything right until then. Just awful bullpen, losing to BYU 3 games in a row, and Oklahoma State, who was ranked number 4, but losing to them 2 times in a row the way they did. Just awful. Arizona State basketball is on the rise. That was really fun to go to the game last Saturday night with Marion Jackson right at the end, and then them missing it on the other side. Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was great to get out, and me and the wifey went out for drinks afterwards and dancing and stuff, and it was just great to get out. The atmosphere at the U of U was pretty weak. After we won, there was a couple of ASU guys behind me that were loud and boisterous. I stood up on my chair and I pointed them, and they pointed to me. And some dude to the right of me was like, "Yeah, you need to quit pointing and sit down," or something. And he was just all on a sugar rush with all the Coke that he drinks, probably. But it was just funny getting that. And I was like, dude, you're way too worked up to be this upset about the like 9th and 10th team in the Pac-12. Like, both these teams suck. There was a lot of games that we've gone to. Sorry, I got something in my eye. We've gone to quite a few Utah games here, especially when they were in the top 25 a couple years ago when they went to the March Madness, and they had a good run with DeLon Wright and them boys. And we saw a lot of top 25 matchups, which was cool. A lot of the Arizona State teams that were good came in when they were the number 3 team. And and we're watching this game, and I look over to my wife, and I'm like, this is a bad game. And she looks over to me, she's like, this is one of the worst games we've seen. And we started thinking about it, like as a talent, like the game was good. It was an entertaining game. It came down to the end, but as the talent that was playing on the court, it was probably the worst game we've seen together.
It's like a high school game.
It was like a JUCO game.
Oh, Jesus.
No, there were some good moments. It just wasn't a good game. Maybe that's because the teams mucked it up a little bit too, and DJ Horn was also out for ASU, but it just wasn't that great of a game. But the atmosphere was fun. It was great to get out there, had some nachos and popcorn, and that's always fun at a game. Can never get mad at that. And then, we got tipsy at some bars afterwards, so that was good. So Arizona State's on a roll in basketball. They've won 5 of 6, 2 more games. They got Cal tomorrow and then Stanford. I kind of want them to lose against Stanford so that they can get the 10 slot and avoid playing Arizona in the first round. If they win, they're just keeping the momentum going, and there's nothing wrong with that. So this weekend and the next weekend's the Pac-12 tournament. I'm always excited for the Pac-12 tournament. That's always fun to watch. And then we got March Madness 2 weeks away, baby.
Yes,
perfect time to plug in the He's on Fire podcast March Madness bracket. We're going to be uploading that on ESPN when it comes out. So hopefully everybody can join. I've got quite a few people, not only at work, but here personally that are going to join. So as many people that want to join as possible, $10 buy-in. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure that you get your bracket in so we can heckle the absolute hell out of you for every podcast during the big ass tournament. I can't wait for it this year. I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
So who needs Cardinals talk right now? But on the real, they're about 2 weeks away from the deadline passing of franchise tagging. So that's going to be kind of the first milestone. Beginning of April, I think it's April 2nd or 3rd, free agency starts. So we're a month away from free agency, a lot to talk about there. And then the draft at the end of the month. And then we're going to have a lull for a while until training camp starts back up. But we're close, JJ. We are close to Cardinals football blowing it all up again. Oh, I can't wait. That's why we have the Suns, though. We still got another 5 weeks-ish of the Suns. And tomorrow, by the way, dude, tomorrow is officially going to be 2 weeks. No, today is 2 weeks since Chris Paul got hurt. So we're 2 weeks through the Chris Paul injury, man.
2 weeks in.
We're already 2 weeks in, and there were some sources that were saying, like, it might even be 3 to 5 weeks.
Hey, I'll take it. As long as Chris Paul can get, a couple game reps before the playoffs, I'm cool with that, So he's not going in rusty.
If we beat New York and then lose to Milwaukee, we play Orlando. Hopefully we can beat them if Booker comes back or not. And then we play Miami. We'll probably lose the Miami game. But, like, if we can do a win-loss, I'm kind of okay with that.
Don't we need to go like 14-7 to beat
I don't
franchise record?
I don't care about that. I just don't want to back into the playoffs like the Cardinals did, bro.
For sure, yeah. As long as we're winning sort of consistently, like, I'm cool with that. As long as like we know the circumstance, it's not like the Cardinals being fully healthy and can't beat the fucking Lions. So this is different.
Exactly. So everybody, please thumbs up this podcast and this stream. We really appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in, taking the time to listen. Please leave us a good review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Anchor, and donate to the podcast on Anchor if you so choose to. We would love your support, and we'll give you a big shout out as well too. We are also looking for a mod, so if anybody wants to come up in here and be a mod as well too, go ahead and shoot the He's on Fire Pod DM on Twitter, or send us a personal message either on Facebook, and you can leave a comment on YouTube as well. But please like the stream. Share this out. We really appreciate everybody that took time to come and listen. We'll be back next Sunday night after it's the day game. That's what I got confused. Milwaukee's the day game on Sunday at like 1:30 Valley time. So we're not going to be going on right after a game, but we'll have time to kind of break it down mentally in our head, and then we'll come on. Hopefully Amit will be back. He'll be back off of vacation, and we'll get to find out what him and the kiddos were up to and see how his basketball team that he's coaching is doing too. You guys, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Again, like the stream, just share it out. The Suns are on a roll. The Cardinals are whatever the hell they are. Who knows what to make of ASU athletics? I'm just cheering on the basketball team to make a move in the Pac-12 tournament. He's on Fire podcast. We'll see you guys Sunday night.
See you guys. Go see Batman.
And it is caught! Dylan Strong! Irving throws it alley-oop. Oh! He puts it down! He puts it down! They're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia!